Welcome back to another episode of the E2A Flippers podcast. And this is going to be a fun episode because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 brands that are known to give Amazon sellers IP complaints, okay? So if you're flipping eBay to Amazon, I would stay away from these brands. Some of these brands I still sell, but there's some nuances to this. But the truth is, all 5 of these brands, I've had either friends or students in the E2A Masterclass or students of Reselling Freedom, folks who are reselling, receive IP complaints from these brands. Now again, there's some nuances to this that I'm gonna talk about, and all because a brand gives you an IP complaint, it doesn't mean you can't sell some of their other ASINs within the brand. We'll talk more about that, but these are 5 brands, literally, I have proof. They're known to give IP complaints, so I'm gonna share what the brands are. I'll share some of the products so you can kind of have a heads up and give you some tips for how to avoid IP complaints. Now, I'll start off by saying, if you're not sure what an IP complaint is, it's an intellectual property complaint. When you're selling on Amazon, all because you're allowed to sell an item because you're not restricted and you're ungated, it doesn't mean you won't get in trouble for selling it. It doesn't even matter if you're a wholesaler. It doesn't even matter if you have a legitimate invoice. Even if you have invoices, it really doesn't matter. If you get an IP complaint, you can get in trouble. You could actually get kicked off or terminated. I've heard of people getting kicked off, terminated, suspended because of this. So what does this mean? Ultimately, if you're an Amazon seller, you have to take responsibility for the health of your Amazon account. And how do you do that? Well, we'll talk about that in this video, but let's get started with these 5 brands, and I'll be sprinkling in some tips for how to avoid IP complaints, so on and so forth. All right, so this brand, I actually had a student inside the E2A Masterclass just get an IP complaint on this brand. The brand is called All-Clad. As you can see, they sell pots, they sell pans. If you take a look at my computer right here, they got a whole bunch of different items right here. I'll go in and I'll click into one of them right now. This is a stainless steel stock pot, multi-pot strainer, 3-piece. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here. I've actually sold this brand before. I haven't sold this particular one. And I'll say right now, I'll just get this out of the way. All because you get an IP complaint for a particular brand, in my opinion, I'm not saying I'm right, but in my opinion, I believe it doesn't mean you should necessarily avoid all of the ASINs inside of that brand. Maybe over time I'll change my mindset on that. But what I found is, like for example, All-Clad. We'll just give that as an example. And I have some better examples moving forward. It seems like they typically will go after you with the products in their line that are most popular. The items that are maybe slower selling, discontinued, it seems they leave you alone. But I've noticed when I've gotten, or I've had issues with IP complaints, or I've gotten letters in the mail, I made a video about that today. I'll hopefully link it up down below if it's out, where sometimes lawyers will send you letters like threatening you. I mean, if you've been selling on Amazon, you know about this. They'll threaten you, Voorhees, they'll, it's crazy. But I found that they typically target you with the faster selling, more popular ASINs, which makes 100% sense. But yeah, I had a student received an IP complaint over this brand, All-Clad. I've sold this brand before. I flipped it from eBay to Amazon, but I would say be very careful with this brand. And again, I've got some videos talking about it, but make sure the storefront isn't on the listing. You can use SellerAmp or Keepa to check for that, or you can go down and take a look at the number of sellers. Right here, you can tell it's a little crazy. There's not a bunch of sellers on this listing, so this looks a bit sketchy. I would stay away from this listing 100%. I don't like when I see the sellers going up and down, like super crazy. Like you can see there's 8, 1, 8, 1, and now you can see there's like really only 1 or 2 or 3. So this is probably controlled by, I mean, I would have to take a look. Either the brand is probably on the listing or it's probably dominated by wholesalers. Yeah, Amazon's on the listing right here. So yeah, I would stay away from this brand. I mean, at least like the super fast selling stuff. Number 2, Logitech. Now I've sold literally hundreds of thousands of Logitech products over the years, but keep in mind, I focus on stuff that's like older, discontinued. Even when I used to sell Logitech, when I went to thrift stores and stuff, a lot of it was like discontinued stuff. It wasn't the hottest, most popular stuff. If you sell Logitech, especially at volume, you're gonna get hit with an IP complaint, most likely if it's a newer item and if it's super popular. I have friends of mine, I have a good friend of mine who got hit recently pretty bad, really messed up his account. I sell discontinued, vintage, older stuff, but again, you have to be careful. Is the brand on the listing? Is IP Alert warning you? So IP Alert is a really good tool that I use. So I'm gonna click on this listing. and sometimes IP alert will pop up and warn you. You can check it out at rakeandprofit.com/IP alert. Use the code RAKEN30 to save 30%. But it'll warn you if the brand is known to give you an IP complaint. It's not perfect, but it's definitely, very, very helpful. So again, I'll flip Logitech, but I've known of people who have gotten IP complaints, especially, like I said, my friend recently, but he was selling newer stuff, higher volume. Be careful with Logitech, but again, I sell it, but be careful. The next brand is Omron. So Omron, they sell a lot of different types of items. They sell like the blood pressure machines, as you can see. They have some other like pedometers, scales. They sell a lot of different stuff. Matter of fact, if you use Flipmine to source eBay to Amazon, you're gonna see a lot of Omron stuff. Now I'm gonna find a listing. Let's click on one and let's see if IP alert warns us or not. Yep, check that out. IP alert came up. This brand is known to file IP complaints. So I've sold Omron before. I stay away from the new super popular stuff. They're gonna send you letters from lawyers. They're gonna threaten you. And I've heard of people getting IP complaints. I've never gotten an IP complaint from Omron, but I've gotten letters in the mail. So I kind of shy away from this brand, especially the stuff that's super popular. I have flipped some of like the pedometers and the older discontinued stuff. They don't really seem to bother you with that. But this is a brand you definitely want to be careful with. Really anything that's like health, medical, supplements, you got to be careful with that stuff. There's a lot of liability. Here's another one. I had one of my coaching students recently, and this is a brand I've sold before, Pampered Chef. Be very careful selling Pampered Chef. And a little caveat, the item that my friend, one of my coaching students, got an IP complaint on was a really slow selling, discontinued item. I was shocked. And again, it's a good friend, coaching student, and got hit with a Pampered Chef. And what is that where Amazon gives you, is it the 203? What is that rule? They hit you with, essentially, Amazon could essentially just kick you off for no reason. It's kind of scary, but I think it's Section 203 or whatever he got hit with. I believe that's it. But yeah, it was a slow selling Pampered Chef item. I was shocked. But if you go and you take a look in some of these listings, let me see if I could find one. A lot of times you're gonna see big drop-offs. And now look, IP alert is now popping up, warning to stay away from this brand. So this is why IP alert is so helpful. The thing is, IP alert isn't perfect. Sometimes like it'll come up and it's like, I've sold this item for a long time, but it's pretty good. I would say I trust it like 80-90%, which is really good for a software. But if we take a look at the number of sellers, wow, look at this. This is actually like the opposite of what I said. The number of sellers is actually going through the roof. So I guess on a listing like this, I wouldn't be super concerned, but I was looking at maybe 3 or 4 other listings and there was like huge drop-offs, like 10 sellers and then boom, 2, like 12 sellers, then 1. You want to watch out for those sharp drop-offs because either people are getting hit with IP complaints and kicked off the listing, or there could be a gating issue. But Pampered Chef, I'd be very, very careful with that brand moving forward. And then last but not least is Belkin. I've heard of literally probably 10 to 15 people who have gotten IP complaints, who have had issues. I actually posted about this because somebody bought a bunch of Belkin recently and posted about it in the E2A Masterclass community. If you want to check out the eBay to Amazon Masterclass 2.0, we just put 50 plus new videos in. We're actually going to have another 50 coming in. You can check it out down below at rakeandprofit.com/E2A Masterclass. We've helped literally hundreds of people to grow their Amazon business with that. But someone posted about this and I kind of responded like I'd stay away from that brand. And then he said, I've sold hundreds of them. I've never had an issue. So sometimes you have to keep in mind it's like Russian roulette, but you've got to be careful. It doesn't matter if you're doing wholesale, traditional OA. If you're going through a distributor and you don't have like literally like 100% authorized consent from the brand manufacturer, like you can get in trouble and kicked off and Amazon's not going to care. It doesn't matter if you have an invoice. So you got to be careful. This is a brand I would not touch with a 100-foot pole, flipping from eBay to Amazon, thrifting, anything. But I could be wrong. Some people do it. Maybe you're going to get lucky. But hopefully this helps, guys. Hopefully this video opens your eyes up to 5 brands to stay away from, at least in my opinion, when selling on Amazon. I would love to know your feedback on this video. Do you sell any of these brands? Any other brands that you would stay away from? Drop a comment down below. But with that being said, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.